by the
That's up now.
Cabinet. Three quick things: advancement of the budget date, merging of the railway budget with the union budget, and the end of the distinction between plan and non-plan. Now, in terms of the advancement of the union budget dates, well, the dates have not been announced so far. Very quickly, sir, what will be the process from here onwards after the in-principle approval from the Cabinet has come in today?
Well, what we propose to do is to issue immediately a budget circular, which is a necessary communication to all the ministries and departments, so that they start the process of preparing their estimates. Thereafter, we have a series of meetings. So those consultations will begin early next month. And we should be in time to prepare, finalize and present the budget whenever the dates are decided.
Right. So any likelihood of when that announcement will come? And I suppose also as part of the process, this will again go to the Cabinet for a nod?
Well, I think in principle the government has agreed, the Cabinet has given its approval to advance the date of presenting the budget. Now what is required to be done, because of the peculiar timing of next year when some state assemblies or governments are going to polls, so those dates will have to be kept in view while the date is finalized.
So how quickly can we expect this clarity to come in? Because you are in any case going to issue the budget circular and you will start the budget process probably by the end of this month. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, the budget circular will go out in a couple of days. And let me tell you that we are probably keener than you are to know what the exact date will be.
Cool, sir. Cool. Also, sir, in terms of today the Finance Minister indicated very clearly that no discussion was held in terms of advancement of the winter session of the Parliament. So also the decision for advancing the budget session along with the budget dates, of course. I mean, all this will be taken up with the Business Advisory Committee of the Parliament and also political party consultation. Will it start now in earnest and then you'll declare the dates?
Well, we will communicate the intention and decision of the government, and thereafter the Parliament Secretariat, they will see what the calendar, redrawing of the calendar, etc. will be required. So they have to keep in view many other considerations, and this will be one of them.
We don't have to wait for the Election Commission to decide the dates for the polls and all of that. That will not come in the way, sir.
Well, that exactly is what the Finance Minister has clarified, that once there is clarity on those dates, and then how you weave in this timetable with those dates, I think that is the crucial thing which will determine the date of presenting the budget.
And when does this budget exercise kick off from, sir? October 1st or end of this month?
Well, as I said, actually the exercise kicks off the day we issue the circular, which should be in a couple of days. And formal consultations that take place will take place either early next month or maybe even end of this month.
So also moving on very quickly, a lot of questions were asked on the fiscal impact on the union budget once the railway budget is merged with it. Could you tell us in a nutshell what will be and what will not be? Because many minds have this question that probably the fiscal maths will go awry to an extent once you take on the liabilities also of the railways, because they have been running a deficit for a very long time. So can you explain how will it work out? Will it also affect in any way India's borrowing program? Because right now we are sitting on a gross borrowing of around 5 to 5.5 lakh crores ordinarily annually. So how will these numbers now work out?
Well, one thing which has to be very clearly understood is that the railways have been meeting their operating expenses from their revenue receipts. So that arrangement will still continue. As far as their capital expenditure is concerned, Government of India, in any case, through the gross budgetary support, has been giving assistance to the railways. So the gross budgetary support will continue. Also, what will continue is the borrowings which is done for capital projects of the railways, also the leasing arrangement that they have with IRFC. So those are commercial arrangements which the railways will continue. It's important to realize that what the government has also said is that the functional autonomy of the railways will continue. The administrative structure within which the decisions are taken within the railways, those will also continue.
But what about the fiscal impacts, sir, please, if you can explain that?
Exactly. So as far as the gross borrowing support was concerned, that was being given by Government of India. For example, in the current financial year, it's close to 45,000 crores. Now, what the government the general budget was receiving from the railways by way of dividend, that since now it is a merged budget, so government has decided that railways will no longer be required to pay the dividend. If you take this year as an example, the budgetary estimate for the dividend was close to 10,000 crores. I think it was 9,700 crores, to be precise. We have an arrangement by...
Okay, that's the Finance Secretary